crowd pleasing for everybody from his hometown, but this is not going to win a lot of friends every place.
Well, it can't all be Arturo Gatti and never hold, do nothing other than just hit, and get hit.
Yeah, but this is one punch and hold. It's a smart tactic because he's way ahead of the card.
But it's an ugly round.
But I think we've seen about as many jabs tonight as there are snow plows in Las Vegas.
You've thrown more jabs than they have, Larry. Here's the headbutt.
Right here you see that definitely accidental headbutt right there. And it's amazing that Ricky Hatton didn't get any kind of injury to his jaw.
And there's the answer to the Castillo question. Nobody has moved. That is a live shot. They are going to sit there and watch all 36 minutes and make certain that that big purse stays in place.
Be violent, be violent. It's a tremendous fight. Tremendous fight.
Come on, get some word on him. You're not laying no fucker down. You only if you hang the chin out to try and get beat. Yeah? Nearly there.
It isn't too often that we see a fighter with an MBE, an Order of the British Empire, undefeated and looking like he's going to stay that way.
Well, the crowd rose to start the 12th round to their feet, urging their man to close the show. He's fighting for the first time on the Vegas Strip. He says it's been his dream ever since he was a child, rooting for Roberto Duran to come to this town and take his place among the great fighters in the sport. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Joe Calzaghe of Wales, the other huge British star, the unbeaten champion at 168 pounds, is 42-0. Ricky Hatton is trying to win this fight and move his record to 42-0.
Well, I think he's did that. He realized that he's won the fight now, and his mind seems to be just on not getting knocked out, surviving, and grabbing a victory, even though it may not be an impressive last round, but just taking the win and going on and moving towards his fight with Castillo or whoever.
That's pretty much what happened against Collazo. This doesn't seem to have been as close a fight. But this will leave us with both a lot of positive things to say and question marks about Hatton as he goes forward toward a fight with Castillo, who is clearly subpar tonight, but escaped with a narrow decision win against Turman and Goodjoe.
You know, Urango is still a somewhat difficult opponent to fight to some degree. Very physically strong man, takes a great punch, and always coming in, putting pressure on you.
Southpaw.
Southpaw. And Ricky realized, I think, early on that he couldn't hurt him.
Especially with those gloves.
10-ounce gloves, as we mentioned. Both fighters fighting for the very first time in their careers in 10-ounce gloves. Because the state of Nevada instituted a rule requiring all fighters above 135 pounds to wear them. Whereas around the rest of the world, the dividing line is 154.
Personally, I really don't think I like the 10-ounce gloves on these small guys like this.
That's one point of view. I don't like seeing Levander Johnson beaten into a hospital and ultimately into a grave by constant hammering at the hands of Jesus Chavez.
But that would have been with any ounce gloves. Even if it was 12, and you get hit with that many blows to the head, you know, it's going to take their effect. I don't think that was really due to the size of the gloves.
Head and body. It wasn't just the head attack. Chavez is a major league body puncher.
Tremendous puncher.
Left hook by Hatton. He's put up a little bit of a show of energy here in the 12th. He's still using that clinching tactic every once in a while to get a break. Afterward, he can say, well, that was because Urango's a southpaw, and he was coming forward, too, and he was falling into my arms. But the fact of the matter is, you're right, Emmanuel. He uses it to gain energy. And as the bell sounds, Urango begins celebrating as though he thinks he scored the big upset, and Hatton comes to the corner and stands on the ropes to cater to his crowd, and clearly, both men think they won. And Urango's cornermen start lifting him up on their shoulders. This may be act as if, but they can't change the scorecards now.
Maybe they know something that we don't know.
A fighter who judges his own fights is like a client who acts as his own lawyer. Not the smartest thing in the world.
No importa, pero la victoria es tuya. Yo tengo la victoria ganada.
Let's take a look at who the official judges will be for this fight. Robert Hoyle, not all that terribly experienced, but we know him. He was in Germany last year and had Vladimir Klitschko well ahead of Chris Bird in their second fight when Klitschko knocked Bird out. Blind man could have scored that fight. Dave Moretti, one of the best in the sport. Again, one of the 5 of 6 judges who scored Jermaine Taylor over Bernard Hopkins in Taylor's 2 fights against Hopkins here in Nevada. The only dissenter was Jerry Roth. And he is perhaps the most experienced and best-known judge in the sport outside of, say, Harold Lederman. And he is the 1 out of 6 Las Vegas judges who thought that Hopkins had beaten Jermaine Taylor in the first of their 2 fights. And now Michael Buffer stands by once again with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges, Robert Hoyle, Dave Moretti, and Jerry Roth, score the bout 119-109 to the winner by unanimous decision from Manchester, England. The winner, still undefeated and new IBF, IBO light welterweight champion of the world, Ricky Hitman Hatton.
Final CompuBox numbers, and you saw the official judges gave Hatton even more credit than did our own Harold Lederman. Urango landing 105 fewer, Hatton throwing 205 more, Hatton landing at a significantly higher percentage. Power punches, maybe this is where Urango thought he had done something, but Hatton landing 96 more, throwing 152 more, and again, landing at a significantly higher percentage. So the CompuBox numbers match with the scores. Ricky Hatton cruises through. If all goes well later this year, we may have Hatton against Castillo. Larry Merchant stands by with the Manchester Star.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations.